everything a stir, and I realized it's too chunky for me, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the water that I strained out, okay, because we are taking this somewhere and we want everybody to be able to enjoy. Also, taste for salt and seasoning and adjust it to your taste. We'll then allow this to simmer slowly for about 10 to 12 minutes. And we are back to check on our stew. It has just about 5 minutes to be done, so I'll add in some fresh onions to wake the flavors up. I'll also add in some zomi, a little bit, okay, to bring back the zomi flavor. Whatever we started with have taken in so many flavors, it may not taste the same again. Give it a gentle stir because remember you have the fish in there and you don't want it to tear apart, and allow it simmer for about 5 minutes. And there you have it. It is ready. But we are not done yet, so we will set our stew aside, prep some plantains. I have my oil already going, so I'll cut and season the plantain and we'll fry it until it is nice and golden brown.
Continental food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, mango and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet agile. Go go, go go, gawa, go sweet agile. Go go, gawa, sweet agile. Continental food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, mango and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet agile. Go go, go go, gawa, go sweet agile.
Once the first batch is ready, we're gonna get it out of the oil. Repeat the frying process until everything is nicely fried, and then it'll be time for us to serve and enjoy. All are invited, okay? This was super delicious, and we paired it with some rice. Yes, y'all already know how delicious this is gonna be, because bean stew with rice and not forgetting the fried plantain. Oh, so delicious. And as you can see, this is not my regular setting because this recipe was made while I was in Ghana, and we took it to GBC. Everybody enjoyed it, and whatever was left, my family and I enjoyed it as well. Oh my goodness, this was so delicious. If I didn't cook it myself, I will say take me to the person that made this, because I want them to teach me. But it was so good, and I knew I had to share with you all. If you've never paired your bean stew with rice, please do, and you would absolutely love it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and are inspired to try the recipe. Until I see you in the next one, stay safe, keep loving each other, and remember that the love of God and family is life's greatest blessing. And guys, ke unamini uchemi sweet mahabutu. Bye, y'all.
All this and more. Sweet agile. Go go, go go, gawa, go sweet agile. Go go, go go.
Would you like to own a home, start a business, provide seed money, or a good education for your children? The Pro Wealth Plan answers all of life's questions. This is Ekwa 9. She wants to be an engineer in future. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hammond, plan to give her the best education but don't want to be unnecessarily burdened when she's ready for university in 10 years. Do you know how much it will cost Ekwa to go to a local private university or university abroad in the next 10 years? Ekwa's parents have signed up to a Pro Wealth Plan. They pay affordable monthly premiums that ensures they are able to fund Ekwa's university fees and living expenses. When she's ready for university, Prudential will pay the maturity benefit and her parents can enjoy free insurance cover for an additional 5 years. In the unfortunate event that her parents pass away, Prudential will pay over 200% of the sum assured, which is 100% immediately, 10% annually to keep Ekwa in her current school, and 100% at maturity for her chosen university. This means that Prudential Life has guaranteed Ekwa's education regardless of life's uncertainties. The Pro Wealth Plan also covers a spouse or partner up to the same sum assured. With over 26 million customers, 24,000 employees globally, and over 170 years experience, you and your family can have peace of mind knowing that you are in safe hands. Whatever your financial goals are, the Pro Wealth Plan has the answers to life's questions. Call us today and let Prudential secure your future.
The die is cast. The battle lines are drawn for Africa's most beautiful voice reality show.
30 super talented contestants
14 grueling and exciting weeks. The affections and tensions.
who will be crowned the first most beautiful voice this year.
Who will walk home with 1-year recording deal and money in the bank?
Don't miss this exciting music reality show live on HSTV.
If you're wondering what will happen next, stay glued to HSTV for the unfolding details.
The show premieres on HSTV on the 16th of July 2022.
Africa's most beautiful voice reality show is brought to you by HSTV in partnership with Veru Productions. Africa's most beautiful voice reality show.
This is your time to shine. Welcome back, and we still give all glory, all praise, and all thanks to the old man out there for giving us another opportunity to see a brand new day. It's a Tuesday, and if you just tuned in, you're watching Healthy Morning Live here on Hstv, proudly brought to you by Kanketi Prudential Life Insurance Ghana. Always listening, always understanding. My name is Stephanie Ejojina Manyana, and it's now time for Matters Arising, where we share many stories with you happening here in Ghana and beyond. And know that Matters Arising, all that we discuss, are so interactive, so you can share your thoughts and comments via the WhatsApp numbers at the right hand side of your screen. We are also active on all the socials. We are streaming live on YouTube as HSTV Live, so you can head on to the comment section beneath and then get interactive there by sending us all your thoughts and comments as regards to all that we are going to talk about on this segment, Matters Arising. And I have my super co-host next to me, William Diego Pakabeni. But before we get into the dailies and other stories, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Today, 12th of July, we have many people out there celebrating their birthday, and the first person that I would like to wish today is Kojo Atta Wilson, Frederick Wilson. Today happens to be your birthday, so wherever you are, my bro, my G, blessed birthday to you, and God bless you so much. Whatever is on your heart, you've been a friend for quite some time, and I know that you really have stuff on your heart that you want God to do for you, and I share in your sentiments, and then I pray with you today that whatever it is, may God Almighty give them all to you, so that at the end of the day we say glory belongs to Him. And another young, energetic, vibrant, beautiful, smart, powerful, strong woman, Annabella Ohene Jan. Today is also your birthday, wherever you are. I think you're still in Kumasi. Yeah. Come back to Accra and let's enjoy. Blessed birthday to you. Over the weekend, we saw all the beautiful things that God did in your life. So congratulations to me, your friend Stephanie, to you, Annabella Ohene Jan. And then another celebration today happened to be your birthday. God bless you so much. And may He, give you many, many, many years with beautiful memories.
All right. You're done with your side? Okay, so I also have a birthday shout out to do before we get into that. So one other beautiful lady, Harriet Na Afole Otu. Harriet Na Afole Otu, today happens to be your birthday, and it's coming from a very good friend, Abega. And the message is, Ohima, may you never depart from the blessings of God. Thanks for brightening my corner always. Happy birthday. And it's coming from Abega to you. So, Madam Harriet Na Afole Otu, happy blessed birthday to you. So for my friend and myself, wish you all the best. Enjoy your birthday to the max, and may God's blessings and favor continue to be upon you as you celebrate this milestone. All right, have a good one. A very beautiful picture you have there as well. I would have wished that you're a Chelsea fan, but that's okay. The blue looks more Chelsea-ish. So yeah, enjoy your birthday now fully. Have a good one. All right. Okay, so that said, let's shift gears. But I have one last one to do. To a very special twin, Gilbert and Gabriel Odonko. Today happens to be your birthday. You're celebrating your birthday today. From all your friends and well wishers, you've been a very big fan way back, following my career all this while. But though we've never met before, I feel it's very prudent for me to wish you a happy blessed birthday today. So to you and your twin brother, Gabriel and Gilbert Odonko, happy blessed birthday.
Blessed birthday to you guys.
Yeah.
The twins who do not look alike. They don't even pass as friends.
Yeah,
and Gilbert
fraternal
is
twins,
lefty.
and then
and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Nothing
It's
about
okay.
them is similar. Nothing.
Everybody's even
Oh, they are
very
twins.
identical twins. There are differences and similarities. So,
but now we know they are identical. I
it's
mean,
normal.
when you look at them, you find it difficult to tell the difference. But,
Oh, but
Gili
they
and
look
Gebu-
somehow like, okay, so they have
Gili and
melanin.
Gebu.
Yeah, they have melanin. They're all dark skin. I think something about their hair looks similar.
No.
Are
I
you
know
sure?
them and I'm saying no.
Yo.
Hi guys.
Anyway, I
I'm
saw from
Gilbert
afar,
for
so
you,
media. That's all I can
Gabriel
say.
and then Gilbert. From me, from everybody, happy birthday to
Yeah.
you. God bless you so much. It's an important day for all of us. And
For all of us.
Yeah, it's our birthday. We
Oh,
are triplets.
okay.
So
Okay.
twice the blessings from above,
Okay.
guys. Happy birthday.
I didn't know
I love
about
you
that.
guys. I love you.
All right, so let's get into the daily. So start off with the finder this morning. And the banner headlines this morning says, teachers government meet again today to seek solution to strike over 20% COLA. And we got information that today they are meeting to finalize, hopefully, because they've had a previous meeting that then ended in a stalemate because they said the government didn't come to the table with any figures in mind or anything. They were just rather asking them to go back to work without any discussion or thrust of the conversation. They didn't really hammer on their 20%. So hence, there's another one today. So wish them all the best, and we hope that this will end. Today's meeting actually will end their agitations and their strike action and then take them back to school, because brothers and sisters, younger brothers and sisters in school really need them to support them in their teaching and learning. All right, so that is a conversation. It comes with a picture of Eji Kabonu and also Ignatius Bafu. He is Minister for Employment, Labor Relations, and then Reverend Isaac Owusu, President of NAT, also on the front page of the paper this morning. Also on the front page, IMF bailout will help restore confidence in the economy, according to the Trade Minister, Alan Chamantin, who we heard last week that he has resigned, but his confidant says no, he hasn't resigned, he's still in post. So yeah, he's also part of the economic management team, by the way. So he's saying that the bailout will also help the economic confidence and gets more economic boosting here in Ghana. Let's see how that goes. As I said, today is exactly a week they went into that meeting. So let's see, from tomorrow, we'll be hearing a lot of stories about the conversations that went down. The purported either $2 billion or $1.5 billion bailout that they're asking for. Whether we're going to get it or not, we'll get to know. Then also, all set for work to begin on Ofankor and Sawam Dual Carriageway. It comes with the Minister of Transport, Kwesi Amwakwata. And so that is a conversation going there. So people of Ofankor and Sawam, trust me, last 2 weeks I applied that road after the overhead. Nice interchange. When you finish the nice interchange, boom, the road's terrible. Very bad. And you'll be wondering what is happening ahead. It's nothing, no. It's because all the drivers are slowing down. The potholes and the manholes is serious. So you have to manage and meander your way, and that is causing a lot of traffic on that stretch also. So it's a good call that they are going to start the work on that stretch. Then also, massive demo hits government over MPs not ceding 20% container business in Ghana Port and Harbors Authority. And it comes to the picture of Ahin Young. Page 4 has details of that. And the massive demo as to whether it's going to hit up, well, we'll wait to see. Now, it looks like everybody's trying to get into demonstration because of what is happening, the economic challenges that we are all battling with here in Ghana. Then also, President appeals to striking teachers to return to the classroom. He made this call at the Eid al-Adha celebration, and you can see him on the front page with a handshake with the Chief Imam, Chief Imam Shaributu. And then, so that is a conversation that he made known over there as well. Then the final story, SHS to receive foodstuff latest today. So remember, I was telling you earlier with the introduction that they made some provision. So looks like today things are going to turn around with respect to our brothers and sisters in senior high school who are not getting food to feed. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm sure by close of day we should hear some positive news, because we've been assured that they're going to receive the foodstuffs today. Why the finance minister decided not to send the money for them to get the food, we don't know. Well, let's just stick with education, because the executive director for EduWatch was talking about this, that we shouldn't blame Dr. Educhum.
Yes.
So let's read that story. It says, don't blame Dr. Educhum for food shortages in schools. And the story says, Executive Director of African Education Watch, EduWatch, Mr. Kofi Asare, has advised Ghanaians not to blame the Education Minister, Dr. Yawse Educhum, for the seeming food shortages in some senior high schools in the country. According to him, the current food shortages challenges were as a result of the Ministry of Finance refusing to release enough cash to pay suppliers of food to the schools. Responding to the question, then Mr. Kofi Asare said the Education Ministry and the National Food Buffer Stock Company had put in place prudent policies and cash flows projections to ensure that the senior high school keep running without challenges. He explained that the Finance Ministry's refusal to release the right amount of funds to pay for food supplies made it difficult for them to have enough cash to buy and supply the food. Look, until the Finance Ministry makes it a point of releasing funds to the suppliers regularly and on time, it will be difficult for these shortages issues to end, since they cannot continue borrowing money to buy food stocks at huge sums of supply in the schools, the executive director said. Mr. Sarah suggested that the feeding component of the free senior high school should be looked at critically and make parents who can afford to pay. This is a non-starter. I mean, everybody has been saying this. All the critics that I've mentioned or had to say something about the free senior high school have said this. That it's about time we look at the senior high school, free senior high school policy. Those who can pay should be allowed to pay, so that this back and forth about schools not getting food to feed and even not having textbooks and all those things should just end. I don't know why we keep going back to the same conversation every now and then, but somebody says they are listening yet. And then I'm sure it will be one of the conversations that the IMF conversations that they're having.
Yeah.
So as I said, it's just a week. We're told they're going to spend a week in the conversations and all. So let's see from tomorrow. We'll know what exactly the conversation is. The Minister of Information, Kojo Ponkruma, will definitely come out and say a lot of things about that.
Interesting. You're done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, now to the Daily Dispatch. The banner headline says that tension mounts in Bole over chief's attempt to compel settler towns to be given Gonja names. It comes with a picture of the president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And I think this has to do with the chief of that town saying that he's giving them the maximum or an ultimatum of 2 weeks for towns in that district to be named with Gonja names. And then other youth members rose up against him, saying that they were in charge of that for over 2 centuries, so he has no right whatsoever to come up and declare that names of the towns to be changed to Gonja names and all of that. So that's a tension mounting in Bole over the chief's attempt to compel settler towns to be given Gonja names.
It's not funny, before you continue, it's not funny that we live in a country where we celebrate others from. Go to East Legon, we have Lagos Avenue, we have Lumumba Avenue. So those martyrs who died to get us where we are today, they don't deserve honors.
They are dead and buried, forgotten. That's it. That's it. Which names do we have in this Lagos? What names do we have in this Lagos?
Lagos Avenue. It's a very popular place. Lagos Avenue. When after Shashi, the main road, after Boundary Road is here, and then here.
About Kumasi, we have funny names as well.
Why do you even use Boundary Road? Don't you have any respectable person who live in that street that you can even name that street after him? Then you turn left, Lagos Avenue, straight to there. Then there's this Link Road or something like that they call it. So there's no important person around that we can name such street after. I saw some Parker Street be in Dansoma. I was so excited.
I saw a food joint over the weekend. I think it's called Parker's Place. I've forgotten where exactly, but I did.
Food joint?
Yeah.
Oh.
Parker's Place. I've forgotten where exactly. I've really forgotten, but I saw Parker's.
Kai, I want to share my location.
Where was I?
I have to start visiting there.
I really saw a Parker's Place, and I felt like, wow, that's a nice name, like Parker's Place. Like, yeah. I saw that, like Parker's Place. I really did see.
Please remember, Kai.
I'll think about it. I'll remember.
Kai.
I remember because this weekend that's a HTV.
I better reduce my budget for eating.
Away from that, in the Bole, Bamboy district, another story here is about the education minister. It says education minister in trouble as SHS face food shortages, and then we've actually seen that. Then we have relocation of a Mary plant will stabilize power in Ghana. And this is from the energy minister, and I think I have a bit of the story here.
And they have a challenge with that. They said 34 million now with the relocation. They don't understand.
It says that the Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, has stated that the decision to relocate the Amerithermal power plant from Takoradi to Kumasi is to ensure stable electricity system in the country. That decision, he said, became necessary after the Ameri contract elapsed in January 2021 and the plant became fully owned by the government of Ghana. Addressing journalists at the Parliament House last Friday, he explained that a grid stability had been the weakest link in the country's transmission system, especially in the Ashanti region. He also said that the region suffered from more interruption than anywhere else in the country. Hence, the need to relocate the plant to Kumasi after the Volta River Authority and Gridco approached the government to help stabilize power in the region. So that's basically what he's saying.
Okay.
So
but I didn't explain how come we need 34 million Ghana cedis to do the relocation.
Although he didn't really talk about figures here.
Yo.
So that's
Napo,
it.
good
And
morning.
then the last story on the Daily Dispatch says that NPP government will use IMF's program for Ghana's betterment. And this is from the member of Parliament for Ejisu constituency, Ameyawe Kunfi. NPP government will use IMF's program for Ghana's betterment. What exactly? Tell us. What exactly? It's like the E-levy for nation building. Tell us. Funny enough, I think last week, just in front of GBC, I saw a signpost, and then it was about a man with a little girl, and then the inscription on the post was saying that, you know, when you pay E-levy, you are helping the health system of the
you're not saying it.
Emotional
Maybe you
appeal.
should drive from Flamingo, eh?
You
should drive from Flamingo top
I think I
all
was
the way
with
down
our producer when I said
to
I was
First Light. Flamingo down. I use
I'll
that
see
stretch
more
a
of
lot.
that.
Flamingo, the top there, Mataiko. Drive down all the way to First Light. You see it. And
I see.
it's a
I think I also saw another one with water.
kids, you see kids, you see plumber, you see a nurse, different variety.
Emotional appeal indeed.
Yeah, pay levy. It's from GRA. Kutia, now you're always with you. Nation development.
Nation building, tell us exactly, but it's vague. Nation building is vague. Nation building is vague. Okay, that's all for the Daily Dispatch.
All right, so let's move on from there. Let's talk a bit politics, MPP side. So I'm sure if you're in Ghana, you might have chanced upon the story that hopefully this weekend they'll be heading to the Accra Sports Stadium for their national elections. They've done the regional, they've done the constituency ones, and now they're heading to the nationals to elect their chairman, their general secretary. And last time we got to know about 48 executives or potentials or aspirants have been vetted and approved, and they're supposed to, according to Mr. Bankman, who is the man in charge of elections, he's agreed that 48 people can go and then do justice to whatever they want to do with respect to taking the leadership mantle of the New Patriotic Party. So MPP executive aspirants to end campaigns 24 hours to elections. So it's starting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday is 15th. So on Thursday, you're supposed to end your campaigning. That's the instructions coming from your boss. The New Patriotic Party has directed all candidates for various national executive positions to end campaign 24 hours before the start of the elections on Saturday, July 16. This, according to the party, is part of the measures to ensure discipline in the internal reorganization process. With 5 days to the start of the conference, the party wants, this actually 3 days from now, the party wants candidates to adhere strictly to the rules. In an interview, the director of communications for the MPP, Wabina Samoa, said this was a new directive the party was carrying out. We expected campaign activities to come to an end when delegates travel to the conference venue and for them to come comfortably to the conference venue to vote, he said. He, however, added that party may not be as strict when it comes to the wearing of branded materials, although the sharing of such materials will be discouraged. One of the things we have said is we don't even want the candidates sharing their personal branded souvenirs here. Mr. Samoa said the MPP has already ordered the removal of all billboards and of aspirants in the upcoming national delegates elections. The election is scheduled between 15th to 17th of July at the Accra Sports Stadium. So 15th on a Friday is just for setting up and organization and all that. The main election starts on Saturday, and then declaration hopefully will take us into the early mornings of Sunday, where they will end, and then everybody will pack bag and baggage and head home. And the victors will celebrate, and then the losers will also find excuses. And I'm sure the Didija will come. They will share envelopes and then accoutrements, bags of rice and Delegates, this is the time they chop. They go chop nyafu nyafu. I have to become a delegate soon, because someone did it.
Okay, let's
Anyways.
move on. It says the story here that says that 2 arrested with human head at Kaswa.
Well, let's say that is the version from Graphic Online.
Yes.
There's another version that says Gas South.
Yes.
Our producer says we should be very objective with that analysis. So our producer says the thing didn't happen in Kaswa itself, somewhere around Wager, which is not part of Kaswa. There's Wager, there's Kaswa. Please. There's Wager and there's Kaswa. So there's a difference. Graphic Online says Kaswa. And City Online says, City Newsroom says Gas South.
But
So
the
let's
I
establish
think
that.
even Graphic Online is saying Kaswa in the Gas South municipality.
Well,
The 2 suspected to be ritual murderers were arrested at Kaswa in the Gas South municipality. They were arrested after their vehicle had a clash and sent to the Wager District Command. A police source told the Ghana News Agency that one of the suspects was a taxi driver. The source said the suspects were 3, however, one fled as soon as the police opened the vehicle and saw the human head. It said the suspects were being interrogated by the police. The source also said that they had denied knowledge of the origin of the head, which had blood oozing from it. It also said the head had been deposited at the morgue. So that's a short story about 2 suspects arrested.
not to prick anybody's emotional wounds here, but this is about less than a year
Yeah.
that 2 youngsters were also arrested.
Yeah.
They were trying to kill They actually killed
They
an
killed
11-year-old
11-year-old boy.
in Kaswa,
Ritual.
and there was this rampage in town about certain ritual houses that are taking their whole activities to Kaswa, especially because when you are driving through that place, you see a lot of billboards, nana this, nana that,
Yeah.
malam this, malam that,
Yeah.
come and take. And the youth, there was a lot of anguish from the youth, claiming that it looks like it's becoming the order of the day, and they are deceiving the youth that the easy way out to be rich is to do rituals.
They started blaming media itself.
Why do you blame me?
Yeah, they blame media. They started
For what?
blaming media
What do we
because
do?
we show these things.
Well, some media houses, you should have put it
media.
rightly. Some media houses, not the entire media, I beg you. Some media houses have made it their part of their content, that they will bring such people live on air, and then they will telling you, yes, then they will do whatever it is, and money will pop. So come and visit. There are numbers on the screen,
Yeah.
and they are showing it, and everybody is getting interested in that, and which is very wrong. I don't know what the NCA, once again, what the NCA is doing about this. There's MCA, there's this other one,
NMC.
National Media
NMC,
Commission.
yeah.
That is the NCA. But I mean, there's they start with G. I've forgotten their name. They are supposed to also help in safeguarding all these things. The content. What kind of content are we churning out? But everybody feels like there's no censorship. Everybody gets up and do whatever they want to do. They set up their TV stations. They closed down about 26 of those
Oh, a lot.
at a point.
NMC did that.
They are still working. I got that zone. She's rebranded it. Now she'll say, oh, it's software. She's rebranded it.
Evangelist Patricia.
And they're still going about doing that. And country of laws, and the laws doesn't even work. Who is supposed to ensure that to happen? We all have gone to sleep. I'm sure we're all under the Ministry of Information. So we're coming to you, Kojo Ponkruma. You're once upon a time with us. So please, this should be one of your, before your administration ends. I'm not saying you're not going to come back to power, but I'm saying that before 2024, that officially ends the 4 years, maybe you should start doing something about it, because it's not helpful. And the Ministry of Communication as well, also Akufu. Is it Akufu? I said name is Akufu.
Yeah. Not Akufu. Ekufu.
Ekufu. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Eslowusu. I was told that it's Ministry of Communications and Digitalization.
Thank you.
Yes. So it also falls under your purview. So these are the things you should be doing for us, because it's not helping at all. The things happening in Kaswa is terrible. And here is the case, another 2 heads. I hear it's fresh heads. So we're trying to fresh crowd. Charlie, this is bad. Really, really bad. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, I think that's all for that story, so you can move on to the next one.
Okay.
I think there's a story as regards to your uncle, so you can read that.
All right, so let's move on to other stories then. Let's do the next story that has to do with. Hey, Radi Yankopon. Somebody says we shouldn't call him incompetent, and it is disrespectful.
Yeah.
Bright's
When everything
Bright's
is
grandfather.
crystal clear under our eyes and we are talking about it, they say we should keep quiet.
Bright's grandfather. Let me read the story and I'll give my analysis later. A purported voice of the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Dr. Wusa Koto-Efriye, lashing out at a journalist, has been made public. The said journalist, according to the conversation between him and the minister, who doubles as a member of parliament for Kwadaso, has sought to engage Mr. Koto-Efriye on some comments made about him by his predecessor. Hello, Doc. Good morning once again. A lot of allegations have been made against you by the former MP of Kwadaso, Madam Hilda Ado. And one thing she is saying is that you are incompetent. As a result, the people of the constituency have called her to contest, the journalist said. Before the journalist could conclude his question, however, there was an interjection. That's very disrespectful, you know. The word incompetent, and I don't want you to use that word on me. If she is crazy to use those words, I don't want you to repeat it on me. You know that is very offensive. So please, let's stop this conversation. I don't want you to be talking to me in this type. Do you know who I am? That's a question that irks me. Do you know what? Do you know what I have created in this life for a journalist like you to tell me that I'm incompetent? The voice said to be the minister's fumed. Taken aback by the response, the journalist attempted to clarify his question by pointing out that the word that the minister found offensive was not his, but that of the former MP of Kwadaso. Oh, Doc, please, I'm not referring to you, the journalist clarified. However, Mr. Koto-Efriye would not budge by insisting that the journalist had exhibited gross disrespect to him as he continued to call him out. You were part of the management in 2015, economic management team that was elected in 2016 on the campaign field, telling us that the previous administration were incompetent. You call somebody, you're part of it. You didn't come out to say that, oh no, what Dr. Baumia and the entire team said about the previous administration using the word incompetent is wrong. So they shouldn't use it on them. A journalist is quoting a former MP of what she has said about you. That she said you are incompetent. He's not saying that he is telling you that you're incompetent. And you're shouting him that, telling who are you? Who? Say, because you've achieved a lot. So what have you achieved? You are giving the Minister of Agric with all the quantum of money that has been given to you. Yet, senior high school students are crying foul because they don't have food to eat. Buffer stock doesn't have enough. Farmers are complaining that their food stuff or their food that they plant get wasted on the market. And they call you incompetent and you're angry and saying that, who are you? What have you achieved? If you have achieved something, it's for your family. You are given a role as a member of parliament by the constituency. In addition, you've been made a minister. You supervise the entire Greek ministry. We have a story that says Namibia is importing meat.
Beef.
And now meat and livestock in the agric sector now. You are supervised and you have the guts to come and tell us that you spoke to two doctors who have left their doctor job and they are now into agriculture. So it means that your sector is doing well. Planting for food and jobs is doing very well. Really. I said, why what's your questions? No answer. No mark home. Who does that? I mean, you have failed totally. I'm saying it. You have failed completely. Dr. Friakuto, with all due respect, you failed in that department. No wonder Kwadaso doesn't want you again. I mean, there was some story once upon a time that people are claiming that they don't want you to run again. You have failed. Even in your constituency, they are complaining. In the agri sector, we've done woefully I mean, very woefully. If there's a word like that, very, very woeful. And you're taunting yourself like, who are you? Like, nothing. You could have rather turned the story around by suggesting to the person the things you'll be able to achieve, rather than being arrogant. Arrogance won't take you anywhere. Pride won't take you anywhere.
All right, let's move on to another story as regards to the events in Sri Lanka. It says that events in Sri Lanka should make any leader overseeing the failed economy quick. It's from Franklin Kujo. He happens to be the president of Imani Africa. So the story says that Sri Lanka, the island nation in the Indian Ocean of the southeastern coast of India, has been in the news following the People's Revolution that ousted the president and prime minister of the country. Thousands of locals protesting general high cost of living amid a deteriorating economy stormed the official residences, President Gotabaya and Prime Minister Ranil, over the weekend. The images from the mass action has been beamed across the world as locals treated themselves to the presidential swimming pool, slept in the president's bed, and ate from the kitchen, whilst others also worked out in the gym. The lessons from the Sri Lankan revolution, especially on social media, has been that any government that pushes its people too far will have to bear their wrath, be it through the polls or via a revolution. Founding president of policy think tank Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo, commenting on the incident via a July 11th social media post, said events in Sri Lanka should concern any leader overseeing a failed economy. Quoting, events in Sri Lanka should make any leader overseeing a failed economy quick in his boots. In other Sri Lanka related posts, he zoomed in on the Nana Akufo-Addo led government tasking them. I think that's all about the story, but more like, telling them that I don't know how they say that tree, but exactly. I think it applies here.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Akufo-Addo led administration. Because
It's not surprising that even the prime minister that was attacked, is almost attacked. He was even a caretaker, sort of, because the previous administration wasn't doing too well, so he decided to take over and then manage things. Now over take you over. Now everything is on you because you also messed up the thing completely. Not forgetting that the previous one, whoever was in charge, might have messed up a lot of things over there. So here we are. So he's saying that please take note from what has happened. Let's move away from that and then do some student story once again. This has to do with the Student Loan Trust Fund disbursement, and they disbursed about 12 million Ghana cedis to no guarantor student loan applications. Remember, we did a story that has to do with students now can have access to loans without having to pay for it or get a guarantor. I even mentioned that during my time, we need about 3 people to sign for you.
Yeah.
And you have to go around looking, and then they also have to have made some contribution to SNIT, a minimum of 5 years, so that they can creditably sign for you. And wherever they are, you need to go to wherever they are, look for them to sign for you and all that. Now we are told that there will be no need for guarantors, and for that, it has taken effect, and 12 million Ghana cedis has been disbursed already.
Thanks to Vice President Baumia for digital.
So the Student Loan Trust Fund on Friday released a total of 12 million Ghana cedis as loans to students in tertiary institutions across the country. A total of 10,000 students from 148 tertiary institutions in the country benefited from this release, which is the first payment being made after the official launching of the No Guarantor Loan Scheme on the 9th of June 2022. The Chief Executive Officer of the Student Loan Trust Fund, Nana Kweku Eje Yeboah, who disclosed this to the media in Accra on Friday, said the amount covers payments to only first-time applicants for the first semester of the year. The first-time applicants from the Universities of Education Winneba recorded 1,523 as the highest recipient, followed by the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, which had 787. The University of Ghana had 511, with Koforidua Technical University recording 488 students, and Takoradi Technical University with 371 respectively. He stated that the lowest amounts received by each student range from 1,500 Ghana cedis being the lowest and 3,000 Ghana cedis as the highest, depending on the need of the student after a means testing assessment by the Student Loan Trust Fund before disbursement to the student. I don't know how they do that though. So they call you, they ask you of your need and where you're coming from, your father's job or your mother's job.
It's into writing. You just apply with a letter. You get it, yes.
And you have to state that.
Yeah, you have to. Because I think the student loan is mostly even given out to brilliant but needy students.
So it's a means testing assessment. So they test you more like you go and write.
Yeah, what I know is that it's into writing.
I see.
Into writing, yeah.
Anyway, Nana Jayabua said the payment would go a long way to ease the burden of students as they continue the education on various campuses across the country. So it's a good call, and we hope some of these things serve as a mitigation measures for some students who really need the support and all that. This is how free senior high school should have been. Not that everybody will box up into the same thing, and then we're hemorrhaging financially as we speak. How to take care of students and give them textbook. Until recently, appointed time printing published the books. Yeah. Castilla, they still don't have books.
It's quality.
Charlie.
Okay, to another story in the news says that Esunafo, right? Esunafo community mining scheme launches 5,000 direct jobs. The Deputy Minister of Lands and Natural Resources responsible for mines, George Mereku, has commended the chiefs, elders and residents of Esunafo in the Tiwa West District of the Eastern Region for their commitment to the protection of the environment, particularly the Etiwa forest. He noted that the government was impressed with the initiatives taken by communities to safeguard the environment. Inaugurating the Sunafo Community Mining Scheme on behalf of the sector minister last Thursday, Mr. Mereku extolled the role of traditional authorities in the setting up of the scheme. He appealed to them to continue playing their role as custodians of culture and resources and help the government in its quest to maximize revenue and encourage Ghanaian participation in the mining sector. Mr. Mereku reminded the gathering that contrary to assertions, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo still held highly the role of small-scale mining in the growth of the country. He said the president had set out to raise local giants in the mining sector and consider the small-scale mining architecture as the perfect platform to achieve the set objective. The Deputy Minister indicated that the scheme would operate on an operational manual which dictated the health and safety conditions that must be adhered to at all times. Quoting, President Akufo-Addo is not against mining, but all for responsible mining. You have done well to protect the forest, and we urge you to continue. We have been briefed that the mining activities here have the blessing of the chiefs, and we believe you adhere to the rules and regulations. So we want to follow all the health and safety measures. We have the backing of the law to close down the concession in case of such things. So that's a story as regards to small-scale mining, launching 5,000 direct jobs.
Yeah, our youth need jobs, so I'm all for anything, any credible.
Thank you.
Let me rephrase. Any credible work that will give the youth some respite.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. Let's move on to another interesting story. Namibia beef enters Ghana's market. Once again, good morning to you, Dr. Friakoto. The Namibian High Commissioner to Ghana, Selma Ashipala Musavi, has given an assurance of deepening trade relations between Ghanaian and Namibian businesses. The increased relations, she explained, would enhance the activities of the business and capture new foreign direct investment. She said that at the event in Tema, to mark the entry of the first consignment of Namibian beef imported to Ghana. The first of the official shipment of 15 tons of beef products from Namibia is a partnership between the Namibian Meat Corporation and Abanga Farms and Food Systems Ghana, the exclusive distributor of Namibian beef in Ghana and West Africa. The beef from Namibia is grass-fed with no added hormones, which makes it unique. With a high quality of breed, it is not surprising that Namibia in February 2020 became the first African country eligible to export meat to the United States of America. So yeah, that's the credentials they come with. So yeah, we're importing Namibian beef in Ghana.
Okay.
And we have a great minister who wants to become president.
Okay, shall we continue? Babezi Indum has been tight-lipped for some time.
Yeah.
It looks like he's made first public appearance after almost 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So the story says that Indum makes first public appearance after nearly 4 years. After being absent from politics for nearly 4 years, the former Progressive People's Party flag bearer, Dr. Pakwesi Indum, has made his first public appearance. The Progressive People's Party founder was heavily involved in Ghanaian politics, but he has remained obscure due to his decision not to run again for president. The business tycoon reaffirmed his commitment to developing the Elmina area into a business hub while he was in his hometown for a renowned Bakatui festival. He also interacted with locals and stakeholders. Dr. Indum noted during the event that he had stayed out of the spotlight in order to concentrate on his health and other ventures in the United States. Quoting, "You know that I haven't appeared in public for almost 4 years. I have been attending to my business and health as well in the United States. However, as you can see, I can say that everything is fine now." He stated that he was still fully committed to continuing to offer Elmina residents commercial options and that he would shortly start construction of an ultra-modern shopping center. According to him, the shopping center will have a strategic location and be built to draw customers from all over Ghana. He urged those who had begun intruding on the space designated for the shopping center to stop doing so. Quoting, "I just learned that certain individuals have started some unwanted activities on the property intended for the Cutting Edge Shopping Center. Without any doubt, I want to make it clear that the decision to build a shopping center is still in place and that it will soon take place. So anyone abusing the land should cease." So that is a caution he's putting out there to some individuals who have intentions to hijacking the land. He said his decision
GN Bank and all that, and issues that has resulted in the closure of all his branches around. Because at a point, apart from GCB, the next bank that has the highest number of branches around Ghana was GN Bank. And all of a sudden, we show the closure when it comes to the banking cleanups things. And to date, they've never been able to resurrect. So let me do some few highlights on some business stories that will go from Nova Report.
Okay.
So one says, list of Ghana's unkempt promises to the IMF in the last bailout program. Remember, the last bailout was 2015. The promises that we're supposed to have kept, but we didn't keep. I'm sure it's coming out of these conversations as they are here. And then also Ghana at a relapse IMF intensive care patient, according to Money Africa saying that. Quite a surprising story. Massive leak reveals how top politicians secretly helped Uber. 12% of Ghanaians are food insecure, according to GSS. And then Patrick Kweku Ofori, appointed CEO of Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, takes office from August 1. Remember Senior Hosi bowed out recently. So
Yeah,
Dr. Patrick Kweku Ofori is going to be that. Yeah. And then also there's a story about Ghanaians being on highlights about the jailbreaking story that is happening. Remember we mentioned that about 400 of them broke jail.
443.
Broke jail, and then now some of them decided to return. Okay, let's do the story. So Ghana on alert for Nigerian jailbreakers jihadists. The Ghana Immigration Service has directed all its regional and sector commanders to institute stringent measures at all points of entry into the country and intensify patrols following another jailbreak in Nigeria. Nigeria on the night of Wednesday, July 6, recorded a jailbreak at the Kuje Maximum Security Prison. And let me reiterate this. When a prison is branded maximum, it means that the security is very high.
Tight.
So we have a medium. So it's a one medium that is so I said that's how they grade them. So if it's maximum,
And minimum prison they are
so Kuje Maximum Security Prison in Abuja, with official reported indicating at least 443 out of 879 inmates that escaped as a result of the jailbreak still on the run. So half of them are still on the run. A statement issued in Accra by the GIS said it was believed that the jihadist group Boko Haram were behind the attack, which saw the use of high and explosive guns that freed All 64 Boko Haram linked inmates at the prison and were among the escapees still on the run. It is said, considering current migration trends in Nigeria within the sub-region, it was likely most of the escapees would attempt to enter Ghana through both approved and unapproved routes. The stringent measures, it's explained, was meant to deter and intercept all escapees who would attempt to infiltrate the country. Jailbreaking Nigeria, reports by BBC, common in Nigeria as it continued to struggle with multiple security crises, from kidnapping syndicate to an Islamist insurgency in the northeast. So that is the unfortunate story that is emanating. In April last year, BBC reported that more than 1,800 inmates were freed by the gunmen who ambushed Owerri police headquarters in southeastern Nigeria. In September, 240 prisoners escaped from the unidentified gunmen attack at a facility in Nigeria's Kogi state. So it looks like it's becoming very rampant in Nigeria. Last year, April and in September, all these people escaping. And now 879, out of which more than half, that is 443, are still on the run. This is serious. And most of them were told are jihadist group or the Boko Haram people.
Seriously,
that were arrested.
this news, to be honest, it scares me.
It's a chilling. It's a chilling story.
It scares me. It really scares me.
You never know where they will end up.
Yeah, I mean, and this time around, I don't know, but anytime I hear stories about people, breaking chains and hiding and coming back, I just relate it to the story in the Bible, where it says that they go and come back with seven extra
times,
strong spirits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, what's
Because
this?
before you caught him, it means that he was not well armed.
So
now he has to be well
invincible?
equipped, well armed to face you when the next time he meets you.
Before you know what's
Well, we'll get on the phone lines hopefully with Richard Commodore, a security analyst and consultant, and find out his take on this story and how the GIs, if he has any advice to give the Ghana Immigration Service and even the soldiers, possibly if they would be deployed at the borders, both the known and unknown routes, so that we don't find them coming here in Ghana, because Nigeria is not too far away from here. With a plane, it's just 45 minutes. And then hopefully we'll talk to Ben Efson also later on regarding the MPP elections that is going to happen later on in the week or the weekend thereabouts. So yeah, those are the conversations we're going to have today on the show. So with all that we said, if you have any 2 cents to share, please do so. You can join us on our YouTube channel, which we are streaming live over there. It's Hstv GH Live. Please subscribe and click on the notification button and the bell also, so that anytime we're on air, you get to see the conversations that we have and send your messages over there. And then also you can join us on WhatsApp. The line is on your screen. You can just pick it up and send your messages to us about everything else we're discussing here on the show today. All right?
Yeah, so we're going to take leave of you, but before we go, I just want to remind you of our interview we're going to have with the CEO of Waste Management of Freshie is Lydia Kokokwaku, and then the Operations Director Isaac. We're going to have them in the studios and have a conversation with them about paper bags, especially today being World Paper Bag Day, for you to resist or desist from using the plastics and all of that. And the government should the implementation of the banning of plastics be on. I don't know what is going to happen, but we're going to have a conversation around that. So we're just entreating you, cautioning you to keep using paper bags. They are eco-friendly and they do not really have any harm on the environment, unlike the plastic bags, going all the way into the air.
At least that one can decay.
Yeah.
Unlike the plastic bags that can live
biodegradable
under the soil for many years.
Exactly. So the paper bags can decay and all of it. They are beautiful to use and all of that. So we're going to have a conversation about that on the Stay Alive segment, and then we're going to have in focus as well. And then Precious Azuma, the sports goddess, will be on your screens after this one. But before I go again, I just want to say thank you to Auntie Vida. I think about 3 weeks ago, she watched the show and then reached out to me via a producer and said that she wanted to give me a dress, and she did. And I'm so grateful. So I just want to tell you that you can all reach out to Vida. She's Apparel V on Instagram. It's actually a new page that we've created. I think the old one was hacked. So it's a new page. So when you get there, you see about 2-3 followers. Don't think you're at the wrong place. It's still that page. It's Apparel V on Instagram. It's APPARRELVEE. Her name is Vida. That's where the V was couched. So it's APPARREL and then VEE on Instagram. Or you can give a a call or a WhatsApp message via the number 0249 222 678. 0249 222 678. So I'm brand ambassador for Apparel V. So if you see me wear with any other dress, it's for Apparel V. Okay. I love my dress. Tomorrow I'll be working another one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I look pretty, right?
Yeah, I like it.
It's my birthday today.
Your birthday is in November. Why are you talking about birthday now? Why are you pray?
It's our birthday.
You should rather be wishing Gilbert and Gabriel happy birthday.
I wish them.
Why are you talking about your birthday? November.
The twins' birthday.
November come bedroom now. Rapture song.
Are you serious? Diego, how can you say that?
Oh, just as about. Didn't you hear about the Nigerian story? People hiding under the basement.
I'm not a Nigerian and I'm not going to be.
Oh, but we are all Ghanaians, so we are Africans.
Hey, my brother, you don't celebrate my birthday. You know.
Won't you go to heaven? Impossible to heaven. God, good.
Do you know how I cherish birthdays?
Oh,
like,
yeah, you celebrate
for someone
birthday
to just
in heaven.
send you a message, happy birthday. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You guys.
You're going to throw a biggest birthday party for you in heaven. So
like, no. I want to say.
Please, Jesus, come before November, what? Is it 13th?
Are you serious? Hey, Diego, stop. Hey. I want to celebrate my birthday. This is on a Sunday. Like, my birthday is on a Sunday.
We'll postpone the birthday to heaven.
You guys are wicked. We
don't want the birthday. We want to rapture.
You guys are mean right now. You have celebrated yours. Producer has celebrated his.
Yeah.
James has celebrated his. It's now my turn, and then you are telling me what? Rapture. Please.
Alright, so when Jesus comes before November 13, yes, we're all celebrating heaven on the birthday. But I'm going to have a conversation with Ben Epson real quick with respect to the MPP elections. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll have that conversation with him before the Goddess of Sports comes through with Sports and Minutes. So stay with us, we'll be right back.
Would you like to own a home, start a business, provide seed money, or a good education for your children? The Pro Wealth Plan answers all of life's questions. This is Ekwa Nai. She wants to be an engineer in future. Her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Hammond, plan to give her the best education but don't want to be unnecessarily burdened when she's ready for university in 10 years. Do you know how much it will cost Ekwa to go to a local private university or university abroad in the next 10 years? Ekwa's parents have signed up to a Pro Wealth Plan. They pay affordable monthly premiums that ensures they are able to fund Ekwa's university fees and living expenses. When she's ready for university, Prudential will pay the maturity benefit and her parents can enjoy free insurance cover for an additional 5 years. In the unfortunate event that her parents pass away, Prudential will pay over 200% of the sum assured, which is 100% immediately, 10% annually to keep Ekwa in her current school, and 100% at maturity for her chosen university. This means that Prudential Life has guaranteed Ekwa's education regardless of life's uncertainties. The Pro Wealth Plan also covers a spouse or partner up to the same sum assured. With over 26 million customers, 24,000 employees globally, and over 170 years experience, you and your family can have peace of mind knowing that you are in safe hands. Whatever your financial goals are, the Pro Wealth Plan has the answers to life's questions. Call us today and let Prudential secure your future.
Abusia bedawase se okasa mfonyine egusua eda Hstv ebi ana wadamfo bi onua bi ananse busuani bi abo amane se nansen enya de onya Hstv o ne kasa mfonyine eso obu onu mu a onya mfonyine eba nanso kasa bi a emma obu won so onu ma ne de na tekokra anyi mu aye kusukusu bese oti nkai boy na ebo na mane emaye sɛ wo HSTV no atokɔ a yɛbɛsɛ sɛ wobɛsa scanne wo TV no foforɔ anaasɛ wobɛsa scanne wo decoder no foforɔ ɛne bɛmu akwanya ama wo nsa asa ka HSTV bio deɛ ndwumadi ahodoɔ na wo nso wanya akwanya atumi ahwɛ bi enti ebia na onua bi pɛ sɛ ɔsa scanne TV no foforɔ a yɛbɛsɛ sɛ wobɛyɛ aso na watie kwan a ɔbɛfa so ɔbɛsa scanne TV no anaasɛ decoder no foforɔ deɛ di nkan sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔscanne TV no foforɔ a ɔbɛfa wo remote na wahwɛ remote no so wamia menu ɛwɔ remote no so ɛde ama yɛn atwerɛdeɛ bebree ɛna bɛba wo kasa mfonyin no ɛso hwehwɛ bia yɛatwerɛ sɛ channels ɛma yɛn ne mia okay ɛwɔ remote no ɛso ɛde atwerɛ foforɔ ɛbɛsa aba wo kasa mfonyin no ɛso ahwehwɛ bia yɛatwerɛ sɛ auto scan ne mia okay wɔ remote no so ɛma yɛn we bɛ scan ne stations ahodoɔ a ɛwɔ kasa mfonyin no so ɛde ama wo ejina wo TV no so ebi timi di sima bɛ aduonu ɛkɔ aduasa ɛso stations ahodoɔ ɛba akasa mfonyin no ɛso bɔmɔden a na hwɛ HSTV onsa bɛka yɛn na afwa hwɛ adwumadi ahodoɔ a aka nyinaa ebia na wo deɛ no enye TV na emom odi coder ɛna apɛ sɛ osa scan no foforɔ ntitiriw ɛne ɔmom use Go TV ɔbɛbɔ mɔden afa remote no na wamia menu ɛwɔ remote no so ɛde ama me atwerɛdeɛ bebree ɛbɛba wo kasa mfonyin no anim wadaroma hwehwɛ bia atwerɛ sɛ advanced option ne mia okay ɛwɔ remote no so ɛma me ɛde atwerɛdeɛ foforɔ ɛbɛba wo kasa mfonyin no anim hwehwɛ bia yɛatwerɛ sɛ installation ne mia okay ɛwɔ remote no so ɛma me ɛde atwerɛdeɛ foforɔ ɛbɛsan aba ahwehwɛ bia yɛatwerɛ sɛ auto scan ne mia okay ɛwɔ remote no so ɛma me webɛma wo nsa ka ɛyɛ kasa mfonyin anaasɛ stations ahodoɔ a ɛwɔ ɔman mu nyinaa bɔmɔde na ɛhwɛ HSTV ne mia okay ɛwɔ so webɛmu akwanya asamo abɛka HSTV abusua kɛseɛ no ɛho ne dwumadi yɛ nyinaa wo nso wanya bi ahwɛ bɔnua bi ne HSTV ateko amaneɛ wɔn fa saa kwan yi so na ne nsa bɛsan aka yɛn yɛde wase so agye brɛ ne watie yɛn ne wahwɛ yɛn so.
Alright, so welcome back from the break. We just finished the Matters Horizon, and then we are about to have a conversation about the New Patriotic Party intended national delegate elections, which is taking place from the 15th to the 17th of July 2022 at the Crossport Stadium. So we're going to look at those people, men and women, who have given themselves out as potential executives for their national assignments that they have for the year 2024 elections. So we're going to have a pollster, very known name here in Ghana, Ben Epson, to have a conversation with us and find out the potential of these people in respect to the various positions they are vying for. So I'm sure I have Ben Epson on the line this morning to have that conversation with. Good morning to you, Mr. Ben Epson. Hello, sir. Good morning. Mr. Van Epson, good morning, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for just do us a short time in calling. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, but your line is echoing and it's a bit faint.
I can hardly hear you too. Can you hear me now? Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, it's a bit better. Yeah, good morning.
Is it better? Okay.
Hello.
All right. So, come Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the New Patriotic Party, the ruling government, is heading to the polls to elect their national executives. What do you think the arena looks like for them, with respect to all that is happening here in Ghana? That's my first question.
We've done work really on two of the main positions.
Hello, sir.
That is the national chairmanship and the general secretary positions. For the national chairmanship, it's between three people, even in team, Professor Mayor Kofi and Samuel Barton. I think Stephen Tim's success or not will hinge on how he's able to answer a particular question that swing delegates have been asking. Why are you going for the fifth time? What is it there that you want to do for the party that you are going at the fifth time? And this is not like for the flag bearer elections where there will be over 200,000 delegates. So between now and the weekend, any of the three can win. For the general secretaryship, it's also between three people, but the incumbent, John Bwedu, is the favorite. It's between John Bwedu, Dasbisu, and Opare Ansa. Even if, and there are others like Justin Kodria, if even John Bwedu is 35% popular, the West will share the anti-John Bwedu votes, and that will make him scrape through. So, to do. We had been doing monitoring of the polling station elections since it started. We are doing something on the flag bearership race, and in due course, in about a month, I'll be finishing a book I'm doing. So we'll publish that. But that one, we have to start early, and that's what we did concerning the flag bearership race.
Okay, sir. So let me find out from you. You mentioned Sentin wanting to go for the fifth time. Do you think that is enough to disqualify him?
Not disqualify. You have to convince. If I'm a swing delegate and among the three top candidates, I don't have a favorite. I'll be wondering in my head, why is it that he wants to go a fifth time? 2 times, 3 times, the fourth time you lost closely. I'll be wondering why the man wants to. It doesn't disqualify him. No, okay. I'm not saying that. Please don't put words into my mouth.
All right.
I'm saying that how he was able to answer that question adequately will convince. Yes, he's going to support them. Others are supporting others. But for somebody who's a swing delegate, he's not decided who to vote for.
Okay, that's fair.
Sure.
Amongst them, there's a lady in there by the name. Let me get the name correctly. Gifty Ama Asantua Ai. Is she being in there a possible opportunity for her to come out of these possible 8 men as a winner?
Who?
The name is Gifty Ama Asantua Ai. She's the only lady contesting for the chairmanship position.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Great. So I'm saying that amongst the chairmanship slots, we have about 7 men and 1 woman. Do you think that she has a potential, because she being a woman, in that could play a role for her to win the chairmanship slots? Or she doesn't come in at all with the top 3?
I don't think that he has a chance.
Okay. All right. So, on the respect of John Bwedu as a general secretary, he's been there. He's been there for the administration for some time now. Do you think that will also enable him to get the slots rather than anybody else amongst the potential list of people who are competing for that same position?
Hello, please come again.
John Bwedu, John Bwedu, the general secretary title or position.
He's a favorite, because if even he's 30, you see, when for a position like this, there are not many delegates. Now, if he's even a third popular. The others will be sharing the anti-Dombedu vote, and that will make Dombedu script through. Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
My final question to you, Mr. Benefson. We've all have this issue or complained about this issue about money being the reason for people being voted for during elections as such. Even it happened during the constituency elections, it happened during the regional elections, and even the national is even the bigger platform. How do you anticipate how money is going to play a role in this election for the NPP?
Oh, I think that as for money in elections, yes, it is possible. This will not be so much of money done because you can't afford to pay everybody. For like police station elections, you know the people, you give them inducements, national elections. You see, it is the politicians who have made delegates at any given time take money from them. A good politician like Christmas, you can give potential delegates something, but you don't mind them. After 3-4 years before you go to them, they will also squeeze you. But I think that the nature of these delegates, it is going to be rare for money per se to determine it. It will not be like at the police station level or the regional. This is quite a lot of people who are elderly, who are experienced politicians. So if they are taking a decision, the money that they are going to ask you to pay for them, it will not be worth it. So yes, it will not be as pronounced as regional.
Okay, all right. So there's also, prior to today, I think last week, all these delegates were asked to take off their billboards, their artworks they've done, their flyers and all that. According to the story I heard this morning from Bwabena Samoa, they are even proposing that even sharing of flyers and all that at the event grounds may not be permitted. Do you think that could have any impact or effect on the delegates themselves, or sorry, the electorates themselves?
Please come again. Your line is breaking and echoing, but please come again. Hello?
Hello, but Mr. Benefson, what I'm asking is that the delegates, or sorry, the aspirants have been asked to take off all their billboards and other things that are in town, which also helps in people visibility, essentially. People getting to see them and vote for them. And we are being told this morning that Bwabena Samoa is also saying that even sharing of leaflets at the grounds may not be permitted. Do you think that could also limit their chances, sort of, or affect them in terms of the voting?
If we're a delegate, will you vote for somebody you don't like because he has got the biggest billboard or because he's sharing leaflets around? At this level, I don't think that these things help. And it's important that it's good that that directive has come, that the billboards and so on should be removed. It's good.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Benefson. He's the poster and also the managing editor of the Daily Dispatch. Thank you for joining us this morning. I appreciate your time. All right. So we'll take a quick turn at this moment. When we come back, the goddess of sports, Precious Azuma, will be here to give you all the details in the world of sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Would you like to own a home, start a business, provide seed money, or a good education for your children? The Pro Wealth Plan answers all of life's questions. This is Ekwa 9. She wants to be an engineer in future. Her parents Mr. and Mrs. Hammond plan to give her the best education but don't want to be unnecessarily burdened when she's ready for university in 10 years. Do you know how much it will cost Ekwa to go to a local private university or university abroad in the next 10 years? Ekwa's parents have signed up to a Pru Wealth plan. They pay affordable monthly premiums that ensures they are able to fund Ekwa's university fees and living expenses. When she's ready for university, Prudential will pay the maturity benefit and her parents can enjoy free insurance cover for an additional 5 years. In the unfortunate event that her parents pass away, Prudential will pay over 200% of the sum assured, which is 100% immediately, 10% annually to keep Ekwa in her current school, and 100% at maturity for her chosen university. This means that Prudential Life has guaranteed Ekwa's education regardless of life's uncertainties. The Pru Wealth Plan also covers a spouse or partner up to the same sum assured. With over 26 million customers, 24,000 employees globally, and over 170 years experience, you and your family can have peace of mind knowing that you are in safe hands. Whatever your financial goals are, the Pru Wealth Plan has the answers to life's questions. Call us today and let Prudential secure your future.
The die is cast. The battle lines are drawn for Africa's most beautiful voice reality show.
30 super talented contestants.
14 thrilling and exciting weeks. The affections and tensions.
Who will be crowned the first most beautiful voice this year?
Who will walk home with 1-year recording deal and money in the bank?
Don't miss this exciting music reality show live on HSTV.
If you're wondering what will happen next, stay glued to HSTV for the unfolding details.
The show premieres on HSTV on the 16th of July 2022.
Africa's most beautiful voice reality show is brought to you by HSTV in partnership with Veru Productions. Africa's most beautiful voice reality show.
This is your time to shine.
Let's talk addiction. What is addiction and what are the adverse effects? What is the threshold beyond which one becomes addicted? And what happens to your brain when you take in drugs? How should you even care for family and friends who are addicts? Why just you can't stop your addiction? Join me, Praise Volabi, on HSTV. Let's get all the answers to our questions on overcoming addiction.
In your aminin or raya abowa and zema dachima or be on him dame ada oya for no effect na oya papa nemo on the law and amemepe it's HSTV for say mimbi saude eba de na eton it's on tade na say your real estate in your boutique it's on makeups it's on sassy it's on cars bibi biara it's on biampo say your school pa your banya niwa bedida your bawo shop and our company honma ya take a very short video 1 minute interview if Fred man na me ya amen na ma pamfo ye beba ye fi ye ni wa beti dwa yes don't come me na jemdo full
Welcome back, and this is still Healthy Morning live on Hstv. My name is Precious Azuma. It's time for sports in minutes, and starting off with some local stories. Black Stars head coach Otto Addo believes Ghana's Black Stars are heading into the FIFA World Cup in nothing mindsets like we are going to lose. Ghana is currently the lowest ranked team heading into the tournament and will have to overcome Portugal, South Korea and Uruguay in the group stages in order to reach the knockout round for the third time in the country's history. According to Otto Addo, Black Stars are heading into the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, so they shouldn't have any mindset like nothing to lose. Also, staying a bit longer on the Black Stars, former midfielder Laya Kingston says the Ghana Football Association must bring closer to the Black Star former players. He says that when legends who played for the national team get closer to serves as a source of motivation for most players. Kingston cites the Senegal example where most of their former players were around the team when they won their first ever AFCON trophy in 2021 in Cameroon. Moving on, head coach for the local Black Stars, Arno Walker, has named Accra Hearts of Oak, Daniel Friyebani and Gladson Awako to lead the team as keepers. The Gaffer is yet to disclose the main and the deputy captain of the team. The MTN FA Cup winners were reportedly appointed as the keepers of Arno Walker's side following their great performance since joining the team after the season. Bani and Awako will be expected to change the trend and lead the team to next year's edition. Also doing some European stories now, England produced a sensational record-breaking performance to stun rivals Norway as they progressed to the knockout stages of the European Women's Championship as group winners. Brighton was treated to a memorable night as England broke their own tournament record to win 8-0 in what was perceived to be their biggest test of the group stages. Proceeding to other stories, Paul Pogba has rejoined Juventus on a free transfer after his Manchester United contract expired. The 29-year-old France midfielder won the Serie A title twice with the Italian giant before a then world record 89 million transferred to United in 2016. He flew into to Turin on Friday for his medical before the announcement yesterday. Now let's do some tennis stories. And Novak Djokovic proved too classy for Nick Kyrgios on center court as the top seed collected his fourth consecutive Wimbledon title and 7th overall on Sunday. The top seed secured his 21st Grand Slam title to move ahead of Roger Federer and just one behind Rafael Nadal on the all-time list, sealed with a 4-6, 6-3, 6-4, 7-6, 7-3 victory. Let's stay a bit longer on tennis. And Emma Raducanu has broken into the WTA top 10 for the first time. The 19-year-old who won the 2021 US Open becomes the 5th British woman to break into the top 10 since the WTA rankings computer system was introduced, joining Virginia Baca as well as Johanna Konta. Raducanu is the 3rd WTA player to make their top 10 debut in singles this year after Collins and Jessica Pegula. And that'll be all on Sports a Minute today, live on HSTV. Still healthy morning. My name, once again, is Precious Azuma.